you action figure enthusiasts out there? JC here with another TNINews video. Now there's a lot of news I want to go over today, but before I get into the news, I've just got a couple quick reminders for you guys. So first of all, I just wanted to let you guys know that today is the last day. If you're watching this video as I upload it today, today is the last day where you can be entered for a chance to win this cool box of Spider-Man Far From Home product from Hasbro. This was sent to me by Hasbro, and it's filled with a bunch of different Far From Home products. No Marvel Legends, but a lot of other stuff that they're doing for the movie. Now, really what makes this unique, I mean, the toys are cool, and you may want to pull those out and play with them or give them to your kids or what have you. But to me, what really kind of makes this cool and unique is the box itself. These are sent out to members of the media by Hasbro, so there's not like a ton of these floating around out there. And so if you're just looking for something unique to display in your collection, especially in this case if you're a Spider-Man fan, you might want to check out the contest. Now again, today is the last day where you can be entered to win. I'm going to be doing the drawing for this box tomorrow, and we'll post the Instagram, the name on Instagram on the 1st, June 1st, which is going to be a Saturday. But like I said, if you're watching this video today, then you may still have some time to enter, and I do highly recommend you go check that out. And that is on my personal Instagram page, which not to be confused with the Instagram pages for the websites and everything. Okay, and also I've got a contest going on Toy News International where we're giving away $100 store credit to Big Bad Toy Store. That contest has a little longer to go, so you have more time to be entered for that one. If you haven't entered, if you haven't gone over and checked that one out before, I have mentioned it before, but I will have a link to that in the video description as well. Now, besides contest, I also have a number of reviews coming up here. I've been doing some reviews. I've kind of taken a little hiatus on reviews, but this past week I've done a number of reviews. I just reviewed the Rescue figure, the Marvel Legend Rescue figure for the Marvel Legend Wave, as well as the War Machine figure. I also did a review of the Spider-Man Marvel Legend Far From Home Mysterio figure. If you haven't checked those reviews out, please do. And then I've got more Marvel Legends coming up. I've got basically the rest of the wave for the new Spider-Man figures, which includes both Hydro Man here and the Scorpion. These are probably the two best figures in the wave. They are comic book based, of course, but I'm excited to get these open and really take a look at those. I also, just today, I got this figure. This is the Avengers Endgame Marvel Legends Captain America figure. This is a Walmart exclusive. It is starting to hit Walmart now. It comes with Thor's hammer, and it's got the unmasked head and everything. And a lot of you have asked, where is Thor's hammer? You don't see it in the packaging, and that's because they put it in behind the shield here, I guess to hide it, so maybe because they thought it might contain spoilers. I'm sure by this point everyone has seen the movie that's going to, but nevertheless, it is tucked in there behind Cap's shield. And we've posted this up on Marvelous News and all, but there's the UPC. If you want to use that and go to BrickSeek and look up and see if your local store has it, it is listed there, and it is hitting Walmart stores now. And then finally, I got these new WWE figures. Now, I don't do a lot of wrestling figure reviews, but these are the new Ultimate figures that Mattel is doing. These have added articulation over previous figures they've done. You can see they're also chocked with a lot of accessories. So we've got Ronda Rousey and then Ultimate Warrior from Halloween Havoc. These are the first two figures they've released in this line. And so I will be taking a look at these. I'm really interested to see how the new articulation stacks up and everything. So hopefully you will check those out as well. Okay, so besides reviews, obviously I've got news for you guys. There's a lot of news. Now, on the Marvel Legend front, I really have only one thing I want to share with you guys today. There's other news that I want to talk to you guys about, but I think I'm going to wait until Sunday and just do a dedicated video about Marvel Legends stuff. There's a list that's floating around out there. It originated from a Canadian toy web store, and I've done a little bit of checking, and it seems to be, for the most part, the list is legit. So I want to talk about that, but it's a pretty long list. There's a lot of stuff that looks like is coming from Marvel Legends. We have posted about it on Marvelous News, and I'll put a link to that if you haven't seen the list, if you want to check it out. And again, we'll talk more about that probably on Sunday. But the reason why I'm waiting until Sunday is because I'm expecting there to be a new Marvel Legend reveal this weekend. if you've been following along, like every week GameStop has been putting out flyers, and there have been like pre-orders for new product every week. Last week was kind of not really something I don't think many of you were that interested in. It was a Monopoly game, but a lot of it has been action figures. We've seen the big time Spider-Man and the Cowboy Logan figure, and things like that. We got new updated images for the Hulk first appearance Wolverine and Hulk 2-pack. Now this week, most of these are fan channel exclusives, which mean there's something that's primarily just sold online. This week's, it's not a fan channel exclusive, but it will be, basically they're going to be putting up, as I understand it, for pre-order, that X-Force wave. Now we've seen all the figures in this wave, other than the one which is going to be 99.9% should be Wolverine. And because this is an X-Force wave, I think we all assume that it's going to be Wolverine in his X-Force costume. So likely they're going to take the modern Wolverine sculpt that they've been doing and give him the X-Force colors. They've done X-Force Wolverine before, but that used an older sculpt. So I think this is just going to be a more modern version of that character. And so, when they go up for pre-order, and these should probably, this wave will go up for pre-order. If it's been like past weeks, it'll officially go up for pre-order on Saturday at midnight. So Sunday, basically Sunday. And then, of course, GameStop has been leaking out on their flyers early. So, like, I suspect tomorrow afternoon sometime we'll see the latest GameStop flyer that'll show these, that'll get plastered all over social media. And then come Saturday at midnight, we will get official images for the entire wave, not just Wolverine. So we'll probably get new updated images for the entire wave. And just to recap, that wave includes X-Force versions of Boom Boom, as she appeared in the original Rob Liefeld comic, as well as Cannonball. No, Cannonball does not include alternate regular legs, which is a bit disappointing, I know, but at the same time, probably, if we're being honest, most of us would probably display the figure with the blast effect. So, I don't know. Cool looking figure. It would have been nice if they had the extra legs, but it's not the end of the world that they don't either. We're getting a new Mr. Sinister, which is a really nice looking figure. We're getting Guardian from Alpha Flight, so if you've been trying to round out your Alpha Flight team, you'll be getting a new addition. I don't know why he's included in an X-Force wave. I guess because they had no other place to put him. And then Nightcrawler, we're getting a new updated Nightcrawler figure, which looks really good. Does not have the bendy wire in the tail. I am really interested to see how that figure is going to compare with the old Toy Biz one, which even by today's standards is still a very, very good figure. So I don't know. I kind of feel like the Toy Biz one is actually going to win out here. Even though if you don't have the Toy Biz one, this one does look like a cool figure. The Build-A-Figure is the Wendigo, which is using, it looks like, primarily parts from that old Sasquatch figure that they recently did, the Build-A-Figure. And then, like I said, the final figure, which we have not yet officially seen, is Wolverine, and likely will be in his X-Force comic. So once those official images come out and everything Saturday, then I'll do a video, and I'll talk about the list of stuff, of potential stuff, and more on this wave and things like that. So hopefully you will check that out. And again, my plan is to have that up on Sunday. And unless, like I said, unless Hasbro like maybe puts them out on their own Hasbro Pulse site or something earlier, I wouldn't expect the official images to come out until Saturday at midnight. And then we'll get probably our first look with the GameStop flyer that will end up circulating around social media probably sometime tomorrow afternoon. Okay, and then the only other thing I have on the Marvel front for you guys today is a few days ago, Hot Toys released official images for their Endgame rescue figure. So we'd seen this figure on display at some of their exhibits overseas, but now we've got the official images. It looks really good. It's got the metallic paint and everything. It looks like it's actual armor, just like all the Hot Toy Iron Man figures do. You're going to be getting the regular head sculpt, and then you are with this one getting the alternate head sculpt with the faceplate that lifts up and reveals Pepper Potts' face. She's going to have multiple pairs of hands. She's going to have a flight stand. She's got the flaps on her back, and it's weird how they did this. I guess maybe this is how it was in the movie. It all happened so fast in the movie. I can't specifically say I remember it that way, but she got the flaps, and it looks like they kind of are made to kind of float there behind her, not just like lift up like, with older Iron Man armor. So I don't know, but that's how they've done it with this Hot Toys figure. And when I go see Avengers Endgame again, I'll take a closer look at that. But it's kind of cool. And then also going to have blast effects and repulsor effects effects and things like that. You know, kind of the standard stuff that we see with Iron Man figures. So that is up for pre-order now. That figure is up for pre-order now. And again, you know, if you're into Hot Toys and the 12-inch figures, you'll probably want to check that one out. Okay, now on to non-Marvel related news. So first thing I wanted to share with you is a look at McFarlane Toys, Harry Potter. This is one of their Beast type figures. So we saw them do this with their Game of Thrones figures where they did the figures and then they also did some dragons. They're not really in scale with the figures, same thing here. So in my last news video, I talked about, you know, us getting our first look at the actual Harry Potter figures they're doing. And now it looks like they're doing one of the beasts to go along. So they're doing the Buckbeak, the bird with the wings, you know, they looks like a unicorn but has a bird type head and such. So again, don't expect it to be in scale with the actual figures. The length on this is said to be about 4.5 inches. The width is 13 inches and the height is 9 inches. It's going to cost about $25 and is slated for release in August. For you Fortnite fans, we got a look this week at Jazwares' new line of 6-inch figures. So not to be confused with McFarlane Toys, which does 7-inch Fortnite figures, and then Jazwares also does 4-inch figures. But it was announced at Toy Fair back in February they were going to be doing 6-inch figures, and we got to see one of them. But now we're getting official images of the entire first wave that they're doing. And these figures are officially supposed to be released next week. However, I've heard that Walmart has started to put them out on shelves. So you may, if you go out to your local Walmart this weekend, you may actually see them. But again, the official release date isn't until next week. The figures cost $20 each. And the first wave is going to include Rabbit Raider, the Visitor, Wild Card, Skull Trooper with a purple glow, Enforcer, and Havoc. So, you know, I don't know how many of you watching are actually into Fortnite. You know, Fortnite seems to appeal usually to a younger crowd, but, you know, if you're into the action figures, you know, you're now going to have 6-inch scale figures to go along with your 7-inch from McFarlane and your 4-inch that also is put out by Jazwares. And these should be available everywhere, but, you know, if you really want to try and get these, your best bet's probably to hit up Walmart. For you Lego fans, just this morning it was announced that they're going to be doing a new line of NASA-inspired sets. This is being done in celebration of the 50th anniversary of the lunar landing. And so they're going to be doing a satellite service mission set, which is going to cost about $10. Then they're going to be doing a rover testing drive set, which is going to cost $30. We're going to get a people pack, space research and development. That set's going to be about $40. Mars research shuttle, which is also going to cost about $40. And then the lunar space station, which is going to cost $60. And deep space rocket and launch control, which is going to cost $100. And then the final set that they're going to be doing is the rocket assembly and transport. And that one is going to have a price of about $150. Now, I'm not a huge Lego collector in general, but I think these are really cool. I think they're nicely detailed. I'm a huge fan of NASA and space travel and the things like that. So, you know, if I was a kid, I would definitely be interested in these. And even as an adult, like I said, I think these are pretty interesting. So these should start seeing release in June and July. And it looks like primarily they're going to be released at Lego stores and the Lego website. I don't know if they'll be released anywhere else. It doesn't actually indicate, it doesn't say exclusive, but it doesn't indicate that they'll be released elsewhere besides the Lego store. So if you want to get these, that's probably the best place to look for them. And again, they should start seeing release in June and July. NECA Toys released official images this week of their 7-inch Ultimate Laser Shot Predator figure. So this is one of the Predator figures that's part of their Kenner tribute line. And I never collected the original Kenner Predator figures, and frankly, I'm not a huge Predator action figure collector. I've got a few of them, but I don't collect all of them. But this one, I've got to say, looks really cool, looks very unique. It even has electronics like the original Kenner figure did. It's got an LED targeting eye so you can home in on its prey. It's got quite a few accessories. It's going to come with a wrist shield, a detachable wrist shield, a removable mask. It's going to have a flexible grappling hook that'll attach to its assault cannon and a swappable clawed left hand with articulation. The figure is said to have about 30 points of articulation, and it's going to stand about 8.5 inches tall, so it is a taller figure. And the figure's release date is September, so you can pre-order it now at places like Big Bad Toy Store. And again, even if you're not normally a Predator action figure collector, you might want to check this one out just because it looks really unique and cool. Mattel this week revealed their first San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and this one is Hot Wheels based. It's based on the Nintendo Mario Kart game, and it's a Rainbow Road Mario die-cast vehicle. Now, I don't have a lot of details like pricing or anything yet, but we have gotten our first look at it. I don't know what other exclusives they're going to be doing. I don't know if they're going to be doing a DC-based multiverse exclusive this year, since it is their final year with the license. Maybe we'll have to wait and see. But again, they have announced their first one, and as more details come available, I'll be sure to update you guys. Okay, now while we're on the subject of San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, that brings me to the last few things I want to share with you guys today, and all of which are NECA based. Now, you may recall in my last news video I told you how NECA was going to be doing a set of 7-inch scale Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures featuring Shredder, Splinter, and 2 foot soldiers from the 90s movie. That's going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set. And besides that, since then, they've announced that they're going to be doing a new Pennywise figure based on the 2017 It movie, Stephen King movie. Now, this seems to be primarily just a variant of the previous Pennywise that they did. It's essentially done in a grayscale. It's said to be based on the Derry Carter, or Charter, I should say, engravings. I'm not really familiar with the source material. I think I pronounced that right. But essentially, it's just a grayscale version of the Pennywise they did previously. The figure will have 2 different head sculpts as well as 2 balloon accessories. The figure is going to cost $30. And then they also announced, for you Karate Kid fans, they're doing an 8-inch retro-style cloth-type figure for John Kreese, the sensei of Johnny from the original Karate Kid movies. So for regular release, they've already done Daniel, or they are releasing. I think they're starting to hit now, but they're doing in the style Johnny, Daniel, and Mr. Miyagi. So if you're getting those figures, you'll probably want to get this John Kreese as well. Now, John Kreese, as well as the other characters, are in the new YouTube series called Cobra Kai, but those are older versions of the characters. These are all based on the original movies. Now, that figure is going to cost $40. The other exclusive they revealed is for you Terminator fans. So a 7-inch scale Ultimate John Connor figure. I know some of you are disappointed because you thought this figure was going to be released at regular retail. And I would not be surprised if at some point they don't release this figure at regular retail. They did that with their Newt figure. It maybe not with the motorcycle, I don't know, but I wouldn't worry too much if for some reason you can't get this figure at San Diego or on their website afterwards. And all of these exclusives will be made available, at least a limited number of them will be made available on their website after the convention. And they have details about that on their website, and I'll put a link to that so you can check that out. But again, they're doing the 7-inch scale John Connor. It's going to come with the motorcycle. It's going to have 2 head sculpts, which look pretty good, a removable backpack, that antiquated hacking device that you saw him use in the movie, and also you're going to get the endoskeleton arm and the display case like you saw in the movie as well. Now that set's going to cost $50, and again, all these will be made available in limited numbers on the NECA store after the convention if you're not attending. And then, I wouldn't be surprised if they release this figure at some other way down the road. Same thing with the turtle figures. I talked about in my last video how I'd asked Randy if maybe they were going to release these individually, the turtle figures, as like GameStop exclusives like we saw with the movie Turtles that they did. I didn't get a response back, but I would not be surprised at all if they end up doing that with those. Same thing with this one. Now, besides that, we have 2 more reveals that are going to be coming from NECA here very soon, and those should be DC versus Dark Horse based. I've talked about this before. NECA, or Randy, I should say, on Twitter actually confirmed that they are going to be releasing 2 of those sets at San Diego Comic-Con, and we know there's 2 more reveals coming, so that's what they should be. Now, if you've heard me talk about these before, these were originally shown a couple years at Toy Fair. They were originally going to be released at regular retail. They feature a DC comic-based Batman and Superman figure along with a Dark Horse comic Alien or Predator figure. There were 3 sets that were shown at Toy Fair a couple years ago, and then there's actually a 4th set that they made that we've never seen. So just to recap, the 3 sets that we know about include a regular Batman with a alien that looks like Joker with Joker colors. Then we're getting an armored Batman with a Predator. And the 3rd set features Superman with an alien. Now, the 4 set, again, I have no idea what it's going to be. Since we already have 2 Batman figures, I'm guessing that we are probably going to get the 4 set's going to feature some variation of Superman and maybe some variation of a Predator. I don't know. But again, there should be 4 sets. Now, as I understand it, they were going to try and do 2 sets as San Diego Comic-Con exclusives and then release the remaining 2 sets probably as New York Comic-Con exclusives later in the year. That second part is not actually confirmed 100%, but again, that I believe is what the plan is supposed to be. So in the next few days, we should see exactly which of these 2 sets they're going to release as San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. My best guess is it'll be the armored Batman with a Predator figure and then the Superman with an alien figure. It could be maybe the Joker alien with a Batman and then the 4 set that we don't know what it is. It's possible, but right now I'm going to guess the armored Batman with a Predator and the Superman with an alien. That way we're getting a Batman figure, we're getting a Superman figure, and then we're also getting an alien figure and a Predator figure. I don't see them releasing 2 Batman figures in one convention or 2 Superman figures or 2 Predator figures and 2 alien figures. So I figure they're going to split them up in some way like that. So when those official details come out, we'll get updated images and everything. I'll be sure to update you guys here as well as on Toy News International. And I don't know exactly when the next reveal for their San Diego Comic-Con exclusives will be, but probably will be coming up very soon. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about. Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And of course, you can follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to all of those in the video description below. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.